Life Challenge, and I am so glad that you are joining me today. I have had some incredible conversations this week, and when I posted yesterday, I was sharing with you raising bioenergetic awareness and the launch of our new book for Module B. And today we had the first class. I'm sharing that information with you because I love doing energy workshops. I love engaging energetically with other people, and online is incredible. So what I'm hoping you are feeling through the computer as I come to you live now, what I hope you're feeling is the energy that gets created in connection. I love connecting with you. I love that you are there to view some of the tips and tools I can share. And just knowing that we can connect together makes such a difference in my world. I hope it makes a difference in your world. But what I want to share with you today is something that was asked of me yesterday. A lot of people are sitting at their computers doing their work, and we get very focused into the screen and also into looking like we're attentive in meetings and those kinds of things. And I have talked about how you need to be moving dynamically while you are working, because the brain actually doesn't function unless it knows where the body is. And so if you're doing this all day and everything is kind of frozen, you've got contraction of the muscles that keep you in a seated position. Maybe your toes are up, so you have contraction down the back of the leg as well. This is locked. This is not dynamic. Your fingers are, but everything else is locked. And the body and the brain have to have a communication with each other about what is going on in space. And the brain functions so much better if it's got a body that's moving, because then it's able to engage that. So the question to me was, how do I deal with my shoulder issue? I keep getting this pain in my shoulder and I'm locking up. Yes, most people will try to fix the shoulder. But really, it's about that narrow vision to the computer. So looking away from the screen every 20 minutes or so. A friend of mine said 20-20-20. Look away from the screen every 20 minutes and for about 20 seconds and get your 20-20 vision back. So look long distance, short distance. Try to see things. That's one piece, because when your eyes change, it changes your entire core. It changes the way two energetic systems function, central and governing, and how all the pieces of and a part of that inside are connected and energetically working. So number one, you've got to get those eyes doing things that are bigger than a screen. If you wear glasses, taking the glasses off, do those exercises without glasses, and all of a sudden you don't have a frame that keeps your eyes focused in. Okay, I'm getting off topic, but that was important. So the next part is you're sitting down and this is contracted. The psoas muscle, which connects from the center of the back, T8 to T12, comes through the body and then connects to the top of the femur and top of the leg. And it is contracted all the time you're sitting. It is a muscle that helps with fear and anxiety. And it's a muscle that helps you monitor and de-stress emotions. So if it's contracted all the time, how are you processing anything? You can't. You need to have that open. So one of the things with your computer is put it up higher if you can and stand sometimes. Choose sometimes to, maybe in a meeting you choose to stand, just move your camera so it still looks like you're sitting, but now you're standing and you can dynamically be moving and adjusting in space. And of course, as soon as you start that, the brain gets happy because it's like, oh, you're moving, I have information. This is great. Okay, now the next part is we want to get this hip open. We want that psoas muscle to have the chance to expand. It is not a muscle that you can just stand up and it's straight. It actually needs to go further than that. So you can do it by standing. And I have a dance called the archetype movements that I do, sometimes known as the star. And that one, I do it by opening my hip flexor by leaning back into my leg. So I usually push back into the leg, and then expand and reach back. So I might do an action maybe that goes like this, which is something you'd see in jazz. All right, but that's going to create an opening, and I can dynamically move it by moving my arm, and then I can bring it in and release it. And then I can expand it again. Nice and slow though, because you really want that to open. Okay, that's one way that you could do the movement, but maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you don't feel it so well. So the other way is you can do this on a chair. And so if you sit on the side of the chair, I sometimes sit on the corner of it, and then I can stretch back, or you can go on the side of the chair and stretch it back. And in this position, you can do the toes so they're into the floor, and you can also turn it over so that the toes face the other way. You'll get a different stretch down the leg, but also opening the energy lines that pass through the legs and into the core of the body. So if you want to change what's happening on those toes, you can put a cushion underneath it if you like. And if you decide to go this way, that's fine too. So what you're going to do is you're going to try not to lean into your chair, but to actually sit up straight. And then you're going to just line your shoulders up. You're going to line up the leg and just let this open. And that's it. Now, can you do that at a computer? Yes. And if you're in a meeting, can you do it there? Yes. Because you can do that whole stretch people are seeing here. But you can have all kinds of things going on underneath that allow you to stretch and expand. And you can do that so you're dynamically moving while you're in a meeting, or while you're engaged in a conversation. Or if you've been sitting for a long period of time and you just have to get moving, start moving. And you can have that come around. Remember that the chair doesn't mean you need to be frozen. It's just us that chooses to be frozen. So take advantage, open this up, give yourself a little bit more. Okay, there's my tip and tool for today. And if you have a chance to put some music on, stretch, expand, you can. This is going to be opening your shoulders. So for the conversation I had yesterday that there was a challenge in the shoulder, this is going to be helpful. You've got this going on, but you have this going on at the same time. You also have what's happening in your feet. And you can move through that, pushing, changing, expanding, and just letting the body do what it wants to do. And that's going to start to change what happens here, what happens here, what happens here. That's important too. Have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful Saturday. I hope you're going to get outside, get some sunshine, fresh air, put your feet on the ground, feel connected to the earth. Okay, take care.